Okay, hi guys. I don't know what is going on. I was trying to fix the TikTok stream, and I have done everything that I was supposed to do, but it's not working. So I don't know why. I'm going to have to play with that again maybe tomorrow. I have a few other things. I'm unpacking and shipping and doing other stuff all day. I've literally I'm moving out of my house. I have so many boxes in my kitchen that are shipping out, huge boxes, and I have sent payment requests in for several of them. No, Margot, I still didn't do yours because I have to go into Pirate Ship to do that, and I'll try to do that tomorrow. Sharon, yours is not done, but I did the one for your sister. Ruffles, yours are done. Your daughters are done. Who else got done? I have to do, little lady, I want to get yours done. I feel like I've done so many, and then it's like, Kevin, yours is done. Who else do I have here? Brooke Reinhardt, I sent you an email. Yours is done with the DVDs, and I don't know. I've got a bunch more to bill for. All right, I guess the art party's on, right? All right, so I'm supposed to look at hotels too. I'm going to try to take care of that. But I was watching this trial, okay, today. Sorry, I'm going to make sure I'm live. I'm all over the place. ADD is on high. Too much stuff, too much stimulation right now. But this trial is excellent. I don't mean excellent. I'm not glad there's a trial here about this baby. I wish this had never happened. But sometimes, trials are hard. Kevin told me he couldn't get into the trial. He tried it. He couldn't get into it. I don't understand. I think it's because he didn't see yesterday. Because you really want to know what is going on with this girl. Because, I'm starting to feel really sorry for this girl. And, I think it's so incredible that the detective, I think it was really mind-blowing because the detective was treating her so nice and so caring. You would almost confuse her as a nurse or a therapist. And she may have said things to her that she shouldn't have said. She made several confessions and things like that, wrote them down. But this detective, you really felt like she really cared for her, and I could see where that could be completely misconstrued by not understanding that. Anyway, yesterday they showed the detective coming in the room, talking to her. Then she promised her she'd be back at 9 or 9:30 the next morning, and we'll make calls to Benjamin, the husband, and your mom. So the detective came in with her phone and first called Benjamin. Now Benjamin's phone was taken. The detective said, he didn't even want her to touch his phone, let alone take it. But she called him up, and when she called him up, she said, because Chloe has a tracheotomy and can do nothing but whisper or write down things. So she said, Chloe's right here. She's going to write down some things. And she asked if he had seen the baby. She was asking questions like what was going to happen to the baby, who was going to get the baby's body. And then she said, the husband said something like, what was going through your mind when you did this? And she said, I felt like I had no choice. And he's like, oh, you took your choice, So we're going to talk about all of that. Let me go and get some of the exact phrases that she wrote down. And then when they called her mother said, "Promise me, Chloe, don't say anything more without a lawyer." And the detective said, "I'm not going to sugarcoat this. She's told us a lot already." You know. Okay. You know, where. Okay. Close down what I needed. I'll get it again. Okay, I'm trying to get this here. Come on. All right, so I just had this here. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find this for you. Oh, you know what? What was I going to say? There was something about. There was a nudist colony. I knew what I was going to say. I saw an alert come up in California. There was like a couple. They were in a nudist colony and they were killed by their neighbor next door. And it said. It was like, I don't know if they said a massacre, because that's what they said in this case, but something similar to that. I don't know how many of you have heard about that, but I want to look into that as well. But let me go over here and see if I can get, I had my stuff all ready to go, and then my computer just acted like a jerk. Okay. The state is, oh, really? Hold on a minute. That's interesting. So I just want to read you some comments that are on a social media post about Chloe Driver to see if you might feel the same way. Someone said, "I believe that she had a mental break, but she definitely needs to spend the rest of her life in prison." Someone said, "Yes, and this will get her away from the group she desperately wanted to be out of." Exactly, that was someone's thoughts. And what about Z? He just gets to walk away. He drove her to this. Someone said, "I see that." Oh, that's something else. "She looks so much like Leilani Simon." No, she doesn't. This girl has emotion, unlike Leilani Simon. Okay, let's go back. Right here. I'm just trying to get, she wrote very quickly, and I want to say the exact, I don't just want to paraphrase them. And I had them up here. Crazy. Let me see. It's over here. Here we go. Maybe. No. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Here we go. So. Tanya Cruz, that was the lead detective. That was the woman I was talking about that was in the hospital with her. They played multiple police cam videos for the jury. Some were 30 minutes long, some were less, some were a little more. Chloe was unable to speak because of the tracheotomy, but she wrote, like I said, and she could whisper. The detective, Tanya Cruz, took samples from Chloe's hands for DNA. She mentioned that there were 2 cuts, and they also took DNA samples from Benjamin Ben Michael to determine the parentage of Hannah, because there were other women there, remember? There was oh yes, this was very interesting. There was a video that was shown prior to this happening with Chloe, and I don't know if she was holding the phone or had it put up somewhere or her mother was, but she made a video saying that she was going to be forced to get into a van with Ben Michael to see her daughter, and she said he has been keeping her daughter from her, and she doesn't even know who's taking care of her daughter. And this was literally days. It was November 27th. The baby was murdered in December 8th or 9th. I think it was the 8th. And so literally days before she made that video. Let me go over here. I can see some of the... Detective Cruz told the jurors that she visited Chloe in the hospital, which she did. And this was during COVID, okay? Like high peak COVID over there. So I was surprised at even some of the way it was, because I thought it was like much worse. But she said, your parents can't come to the hospital, but that she was able to FaceTime with her mother. Chloe was unable to speak because of the tracheotomy. She also had internal injuries like a collapsed lung. She was read her Miranda rights at least twice and acknowledged them in writing. She used a pen and paper. She immediately wrote down 2 questions. I want to know if my baby survived ASAP, and I want to know who is staying with her. Then Tanya Cruz told her that, no, your baby's died. When Chloe was asked if her husband had caused her injuries, Chloe wrote, he didn't do it, I did. And then she wrote, I was going insane and no longer wanted to be with his friends, but kept coming back to him. I only wanted my baby and husband, but he refused. During the interview, Chloe repeatedly requested to see her husband, Benjamin. However, the COVID-19 restrictions, he was not allowed in, and the detective also informed Chloe that her mother was coming, but she was not going to be allowed in either. Then the next day she went back, and Chloe wrote down, how long will my prison sentence be for killing her? And then they called Benjamin, and when asked if he had seen their daughter Hannah, whom they referred to by Nimsy, but she said Nim, he replied, I have not seen our deceased child. Benjamin then questioned Chloe about why she committed the act. Through the detective, Chloe responded in writing, it felt safest. Then I felt horrible. I went because I had no choice. She later wrote that she took the knife due to feeling trapped with no alternative, citing certain threats as a factor. Benjamin replied, you always had a choice. Why did you feel like you had no choice? At one point, Chloe talked about the black magic that was being done to her daughter. And she said, and she wrote this down, because I could not handle being with the group anymore and you left me no alternative with the certain threats. Benjamin said he was unaware of the threats to which Chloe was referring. Chloe then accused him of taking their money and not allowing her to just buy land and be with Hannah as long as needed, stating he had a group to care for and held her responsible for their issues. No, you were blaming yourself for everything, he replied. Yes, you constantly told me, Chloe wrote down. After playing the whole recording, they broke for lunch, and when it resumed, the prosecution questioned the detective further about Chloe's personal items. Among the items was a video recorded a month before the incident, dated November 27, 2020. That's the video where she is talking about being forced into a van with Benjamin. Okay, everybody's got like 10 names. And hold on one second. She stated that my name is Chloe Driver. It is November 27, 2020. I'm being forced to get in a truck with Benjamin Ben Michael or Brian Joyce to see my daughter because he kept her away from me. I don't know where she is. He won't tell me anything. He kept her with people. The detective also testified about several trusts and financial accounts that were discovered during the investigation. It was something the defense heavily questioned Cruz about in the cross-examination. Then investigator Deanna Jarrett of Cherokee County District Attorney's Office was on the stand. She was going to discuss the search of Chloe's phone, and they were going to talk about the searches she did. She testified that Chloe searched for killing someone to save them and killing because the world was fake. She also searched for how to snap a neck, which took her to a website talking about how much force is actually needed to kill someone. And other searches were 12 tribes, community, single woman with baby. What does the Bible say about having more than one wife? Can God forgive me for being with a married man? Can God forgive me for harming my husband? She also searched several times about CBD and breastfeeding and CBD oils used for mental illnesses. She also said the bottle found at the home did in fact contain CBD. And then Jarrett also testified that Chloe had used an unmonitored line to speak with her husband for an hour. She was supposed to use the line to speak with her mother. Those privileges were taken away after it was discovered. Chloe also used other inmates' PINs to access the phone call system to bypass a block placed on her husband's phone number. So she found ways to contact her husband, right? She was given a phone to speak with her mother, found out she used it to speak with her husband for an hour, and then she was able to get other inmates' PIN numbers so that she bypassed the block on her husband's phone. After her testimony, the state rested its case. So literally, I don't know how many witnesses the defense is going to call tomorrow. I don't think it's even if they finished, I don't think they'd get through closing arguments and going to the jury. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with this. Now, what is the 12 tribes community that Chloe searched for? You might be looking that up, right? It's not directly associated with this case, but it does come up during the testimony. The 12 Tribes is a religious movement founded in Chattanooga, Tennessee in 1972. The founder was Albert Eugene Spriggs. And it combines Christianity with its own interpretations, and it emphasizes communal living and self-sustainability. The members of the 12 tribes live in insular communities. They share their resources. They avoid individual ownership. They operate businesses like the Yellow Deli and the Mat Factor Cafe to support their lifestyles. They actively evangelize through public events and colorful buses, promoting its beliefs around the second coming of Christ and reestablishing the 12 tribes of Israel. They faced allegations of child labor, abuse, strict leadership, drawing criticism for its practices, including rigid discipline and alternative healthcare approaches. Despite the controversy, the group maintains a strong sense of identity and operates globally with thousands of members. Are any of you members of the 12 tribes? Never even heard of it until today. So let's see here. 12 tribes. I'm going to see something about the 12 tribes. They have a website. Oh, and it says, we live together in communities. Well, I imagine maybe there's people that are lonely that would like to live in there. It's kind of like what were the hippie communes, right? We got a lot of those around here. You still have some of the homes and stuff out here. My daughter's teacher lived in one for a long time. She lived in a house that I think used to be one, but like a big house like this, like a really, really big one. It was like, it looked like a rooming house or something, and a lot of them had farms, and a lot of them had cults like that. Marcy, Marlene, blah, 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 9 billion names. Yeah, that was like one of those. But yeah, these big houses. We live together in communities. One of our greatest desires is to share our life with others. There are many ways to get to know us. What we believe, filled with purpose and meaning. What we do, our farms and at the Yellow Deli. What we do, sharing our life. What we believe, podcasts. Who we are. Many families make a tribe. They have a YouTube channel, guys. Maybe we can get them on. What no one told us about the Pilgrims. Here are their other sites. Okay, maybe some of you will. Do any of you know anybody that's in that? They're worldwide. Don't just think it's in the United States. It's worldwide, guys. Click. So, okay, let's see. Chattanooga, that's where it originated, right? Ocala, Florida. Savannah, Georgia. Hillsborough, Virginia. Hyannis, Maryland. Oak Hill, New York. Oh my gosh, I know where that is. Cambridge, New York. 2 of them there, huh? Island Pond, Vermont. Manitou Springs, Colorado. Pulaski, Tennessee. Vista, California. Raymond, Washington. Chilliwack, British Columbia. South Slocan, British Columbia. Winnipeg, Manitoba, right? Let's see. Alaska, that one in Alaska. Brazil, you're in the race. Romania. Japan. United Kingdom. Czechia. Romania we got. What's this? What's behind here? France. Okay, so you've got That's NAO, communities. So how do you go live there, right? Farms? On our farms and in our communities, we live together like an extended family, sharing all things in common, just as the disciples of Yeshua did in the first century. It is an amazing life, and you can come and see it for yourself at any of these places. For the most part, our farms are small-scale operations. We mainly grow food for ourselves, but sometimes sell our produce at our own farm stands or farmers markets. I mean, there's some attraction to it, right? Especially to people that don't have a big family who are alone. Maybe they want to go live with a bunch of people. Look at the Golden Girls. They're a little tiny commune, right? 5 of them. They're not family. They all join together and live together. And I think communities like that are good in some way, and they could even be, if there's people, I think there's a place for communities, especially today with smaller families and some people not having any children at all, that if the homes were built, but see, they don't own anything here, but I think there's a place for people that do own something in it, but that there's people all around that have all agreed to help each other out. I can see something like that with community, especially as people age, kind of like a over 55 community, but no, not really. You could have people of all ages helping out. Like maybe the younger people need somebody to help watch their kids, or some they don't have grandparents because, I don't know. But I'm not saying that nobody can own something, but everybody could decide to, have a little house. But they all agree that, maybe it is on a farm. Maybe they all do some farming and they all get to reap in the harvest. I think there is some kind of attraction, especially to people that are all alone. For the most part, our farms are small-scale operations. We mainly grow food for ourselves. Sometimes we sell them. All of our income from our various endeavors goes into a common purse from which all our needs are met. We don't have our independent income or debts to carry by ourselves, especially for the debt of love we owe to our Savior, which we repay by loving and caring for each other. Our farms are sanctuaries, a safe haven, a peaceful refuge, an anchor for the soul in the midst of a society drifting dangerously off course. Scenes from our farms. Goats. Look at the blueberries they have. Wow, I've never seen so many blueberries come in these baskets. Brussels sprouts in Germany, that's in France. Cheese making. Look at the farmhouse. That's the house you could live in Cambridge, New York. What is this? Marshall, Michigan. Chicken house. Here's the waterfalls in Vermont. Raspberries in Vermont. Flowers. Greenhouses. Swimming. Farm buildings. If you'd like to volunteer, find a farm. Come and visit. Did anybody ever hear of this? Hold on a minute. Let me see if any of you have ever heard of this. Let me go back into the live stream. Has anybody ever heard of this? One group, like many others out there. Many other groups out there like this one. Okay, Kevin, you've looked into them? Okay. The place on the map looks like Margot's. You never know how bad someone is hurting. Debbie Zito, she had to hurt to feel that was her only way. Debbie says, I feel sorry for her. Me too, Debbie. She's too young. She was like 16 years old, and I want to hear more about how was she 16 and met him, and like what happened like with the parents and everything. And her hubby is a narcissist. Yeah, she searched for things about narcissists, leading young girls into this BS. She had to be hurting so badly to do this, heartbreaking for their precious baby. Yeah, and she does seem to have emotion. No, he didn't make her write that, Kevin. She was on the phone. Don't you understand? She was on the phone in the hospital. If you had watched, you would get it. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I don't know who we are, farms. How do you get there? What if you what do you they say? Let's look at the criticisms though, okay? Because it looks great here, right? But what are they saying about the strict discipline and all that stuff? What does that mean? Let me see. 12 tribes. Okay, let's see. So something in the Denver Post says they are evil. Ex-12 tribes members describe child abuse, control inside the religious cult. Okay, so let's hear the other side of it, right? That looks great over there. It looks wonderful, all the blueberry picking and everything. But let's see, some man, they call him John, in 1999, was 19 years old. He grabbed his birth certificate, his social security card, his favorite blanket, pictures of his family, and went to leave the religious cult that he was born and raised in. He had been taught his whole life that anyone who left would die. Oh, wow. He had no money. He agonized, couldn't stay. He planned to walk to town and call a friend. Well, how could he call a friend? Where did he get the friend from if he's just been in the cult? That's interesting, right? Okay. He finally stood up. Oh, this was the one in Vermont that has the nice waterfall and everything. To leave. Now that I'm saying this, something about this, I think we were looking at cults or something. I remember this when somebody went to leave a cult and they tried to walk out. Now this sounds like I've heard about this one. I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of them are the same, right? 15 cult members blocked his path, forming a wall, and they prayed and warned that there'd be consequences if he walked out of God's protection, that he'd probably die. But he moved by them, and he walked the mile into town. His father followed, imploring him to stay. He said that he finally said to his father, "Look, please accept this is my decision." And finally, he didn't say anything and he walked away. He was free. I'll never go back. Never, not at all. He feels like they were evil. Let's see. So apparently, when is this written? This is written in 2023, and apparently they were making the news in Colorado in January. They were investigating the possibility that a deadly martial fire, that most destructive wildfire in the state history, might have started on the group's compound off of El Dorado Springs in Boulder County. Investigators have not yet pinpointed the cause of the fire, but it destroyed more than 1,000 homes. Now, few people there on the Front Range knew much about them. This insular religious group, they had about 3,000 members living communally in Colorado and across the nation and world. The 12 tribes attracts new members with folksy peace and love, all are welcome message, but underneath, it's not really the utopia that it promises. They say there's a manipulative cult that seeks to maintain complete control of its followers. Wow. So this paper reviewed 400 pages of 12 tribes' teachings and combed through court, real estate, business, and historical records. So apparently they go over this in a series, but they say, let's see, nobody understands the real horror until you have lived it. This is someone that was born into the cult who left in 2001 at the age of 14. So, but then here's a 12 tribes cult leader in Florida says, it's amazing how everyone can think bad about you. It just comes with the turf. We try to do good to everyone. Now, it's amazing that some of these guys look a little bit like her husband. Trying to get a picture here. Okay, they were, again, that's what it said. They were founded in Tennessee by Albert Eugene Spriggs. New members, okay, I was wondering what the new members have to do. So you want to be a new member, you must give up your possessions and your names. So what happens to your possessions? Like, what happens to your house when it's sold? Do you give them the money? Do all of your possessions get sold and they get the money? I don't know. New members must give up their possessions and their names. You must live in one of their 36 communities and follow their cult's strict rules, which dictate everything from how much toilet paper a member should use, 2 sheets. What is that? 2 sheets, what, per day? What are we doing? 2 sheets per time? 2 sheets per what? That's never enough. Do you have bidets? Is to the shape of a member's eyeglasses, round eyeglasses. So you don't have to worry about picking out frames if you wear eyeglasses. So those are the standard frames. And you're encouraged to cut off all contact with the outside world. But they have a YouTube channel, guys. What you want to cut off all channel with the outside world, but you have a YouTube channel? Come on. They moved into Colorado in the early 2000s. They first established a compound in Manitou Springs, and then they expanded to Boulder. They run the Yellow Deli in Boulder and a cafe in Manitou Springs. Interesting. Okay, let's see. The largest number of 12 tribes communities are in the United States, but they also have a presence in South America, Europe, Canada, Australia, and Japan, like we just showed you. In recent years, the 12 tribes has experienced a mass exodus among the first generation of children that were born and raised in the group. Many, most by some counts, of the first kids that were raised there have left because they couldn't take the group's practices and leadership, increasingly tight grip on the shrinking membership. For many ex-members, the decision to leave came with parenthood. Oh, listen to this one. They're urged to, I guess, beat their kids because one of them said, I was not under any circumstance going to beat my kids the way I was beaten. I just couldn't do it. And you have to if you're there. If you are not beating your kids, you're going to be in big trouble. Well, they don't mention anything about beating children, do they? In that deceptive website. They worry for the kid still caught inside. When a toddler throws a tantrum, an adult might grab the girl or boy, hold them tight on their lap, perhaps throwing his leg over hers, and restrain both her arms and put their hand over her mouth or his mouth until they stop fighting back. And even if they scream or carry on for an hour, they're not allowed to be freed. The idea is to break their will. Oh, that's great. Kids were supposed to be quiet. And when they weren't, physical restraint over their bodies and mouth was expected. Restraint is part of their overall approach to child rearing. Oh, they have a 348-page child training manual. Okay. Asking for seconds at breakfast could get you beaten. Okay. It's nice. Those parents would say, oh, you like that? That's great. If you have a 3-year-old son, you say, stop jumping up and down. The chances of that happening the first time is 0. Oh, so if they don't listen on the first time, this sounds like that other guy. What's his name? Not Dobson. How to Train a Child, people. Okay, let's see. Most people live in fear. Wow, okay, so not so great, huh? But I mean, if they see what I mean, but I'm saying if people could do what they wanted, like, it's kind of like living in a place like the Villages or something, like, I don't know, like just where, but you wouldn't want all that sex and stuff that they have, like high STD rate, don't they? The Villages, isn't that correct? But I mean, like, just someplace like kind of like the Golden Girls, but just a bigger thing. Why does it have to always turn into a cult? Why does it have to turn into that? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't need to be. It's people helping people. Why can't just people help people? Why do you have to give up everything you have? And I don't know. It's so crazy. So yeah, okay. All right, now this is in one rabbit hole. We're not going to continue to go down. Nobody wants to join it now. That's good. So, kind of looks a little bit Jim Jones-like. Okay. So let's go back to the trial. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. They found this guy, an inmate mistakenly released, is on the run. His ex-girlfriend is fearing for her life. Really? Are you kidding me? John Tavius Wynn, accused of attempted murder by his ex-girlfriend, was improperly released from custody despite being sentenced to 10 years for aggravated assault. The ex-girlfriend is fearing for her life and the safety of her children. Reported that Wynn had previously shot at her and now she feels threatened by his unexpected release. He violated his probation, and it's confirmed that he contacted the ex-girlfriend after his release, adding to her alarm. The DeKalb County District Attorney's Office acknowledged the error in Wynn's release and stated that there's an active warrant for his arrest. There's a manhunt. Oh, there's probably the YouTube people on that, right? The YouTube people on that manhunt in Georgia. I wonder if they're on that. Okay, let me see. Now. So I want to see what they're going to do tomorrow. I wonder what the... I thought her parents would take the stand. Maybe they're going to take... I don't know if they're going to take the stand for the defense. Maybe. I really wanted Ben... can't believe they didn't have Ben Yamin take the stand. See if he'll testify. I wonder if she'll testify. Let's see. Defendant's amended witness list. Let me see here. People are feeling sad. I'm really sad for Chloe. I am too. I keep thinking how bad things must have felt for her to have made that kind of decision. I just can't get over how young she was, and only about a year postpartum, with extremely coercive older men. I don't know how anyone would be okay to think clearly, much less a postpartum teenager. Doesn't sound like things were very easy for her to leave anyway. She met him when she was much younger. Guess she hooked up with him when she was 17 and had been under his rule ever since. Let's see. He had another wife. His first wife, she got away with her baby. I'm surprised they didn't. Maybe the defense will call her. I don't know. People are feeling bad. I'm not fully caught up, but I did find myself feeling so sad for Chloe. Psychosis is not something that you can turn on and off like a faucet, and it ebbs and flows, especially if she has schizophrenia, which tends to come out at that age that Chloe was in 2020. It also scares the hell out of people, which causes a lot of denial about the symptoms and the diagnoses. Let's not talk about making sure that people take their medication, which can be problematic due to the side effects. I also think the detective showed sadness in her eyes many times today when they were down moments in her testimony. I would have loved to see Benjamin testify. He is on the defense witness list, Benjamin, but not sure what he would really add. Psychosis is very complex. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. She was guilty. They want to prove she's guilty by reason of insanity. In Georgia, it's applicable to instances where the one who committed the crime was either unable to tell right from wrong or due to delusional compulsion at the time. The defense is arguing that the behavior of those around her and their mistreatment of her, which triggered her psychotic episodes, the onset of those psychotic episodes can be attributed to bipolar I disorder, schizophrenia, postpartum psychosis, or other potential psychiatric conditions. And in the same PDF file containing Chloe's insanity plea, prosecutors filed a motion to exclude instances of misconduct of witnesses, particularly Benjamin and Jason. The prosecution argues that using an individual's character or instances of their misconduct outside of Cherokee County as evidence is prejudicial, could mislead the jury. Let's see here. Psychological evaluation. Where's this? Okay. She had a black eye. They asked how she got that. There's 2 doctors on the defense witness list. Let's see. So a lot of people do feel very sympathetic. It's going to be a hard thing there. Let me see. Hold on. My mouse doesn't want to cooperate. Okay. So, Brooke, I email her my new PayPal. Oh, Brooke. Hi. Yeah, I sent to the other one. I have your package with your DVDs all ready to go, but would you say I emailed my new PayPal? The Monet locket necklace. Do you mean the one that I showed last night? I think that might be Avon. Do you mean it's like an oval with it has a gem on the front of it? Is that the one you're talking about? Hi, little lady. Oh, lady. I will tell her to look at your request. Yes, ma'am. I'd like to order that necklace that I showed last night. Okay, I think... What did I have on that? $10? Wasn't that what it was? I believe so. Okay, I can add it. Yeah, you showed it after. Okay. All right. I'll put that down for you. And yeah, please send me the correct PayPal to PayPal you? I'll write it down right over here, Brooke. Brooke. Okay, thanks, Brooke. Okay, got it. Thank you. All right, so they lived in a house there, but that house had a different owner, so somebody just let them live there, which I don't really understand that much, but oh, and my correct one is in your email. Back to you now. Okay, thank you, Brooke. So tomorrow the defense is going to be on. Who are they going to call? I don't know. It should be interesting who they call. But a lot of people, I think the consensus is they do feel sorry for Chloe. You didn't have that with Leilani Simon, okay? This is a totally different, just not even comparable at all. But I want to know more about how did she get into this, you know? Because she said to her mother something like, I should have left. Okay. And when she was, where was she? Like that November 27th when she made that video. I want to find out a little more about that. Let's see if we can find out something like that. Oh boy. Wisconsin dad of 3, dead in lake. Missing, snuggled up with Uzbekistan lover? Did you know there's a newly released phone call of Charles Manson? Who heard about that? That's bizarre. But we're talking about cults. There's a newly released phone call. Charles Manson, is no longer alive, confessed to additional murders in Mexico. Oh, it's going to be part of a new documentary, I guess, Making Manson, which explores Charles Manson's life through 20 years of recorded conversations with a friend. So according to the BBC, they quote Manson as saying, "See, there's a whole part of my life nobody knows about." Saying, "I lived in Mexico for a while. I went to Acapulco, stole some cars. I just got involved in stuff over my head, man. I got involved in a couple of killings. I left my .357 Magnum in Mexico City, and I left some dead people on the beach." And that's interesting because allegedly, he ordered this stuff. He never killed anyone. Is that true, or is he just trying? Is it a posturing of him? I don't know. He was arrested in 1969, and he spent over 40 years in prison before he passed away in 2017 at the age of 83. 1969, the same year as Woodstock. So the series is going to go into Manson's life before he founded that infamous cult family. It's going to feature his former followers, friends, journalists, and interviews, in addition to showcasing recordings of Charles Manson, I can't speak tonight, sharing details about his upbringing. He acknowledges the Mexico murders. After conviction, he repeatedly denied ordering any murders, asserting that the 1969 killings were the work of another mastermind, labeling them as copycats. So I don't know when that's coming out. What did I say? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Making Manson. Let me see if I can see when that's coming out. I don't know. University of Rochester is investigating after hundreds of wanted posters targeting Jewish faculty and staff were posted on the campus over the weekend. That's disturbing. Wow, what is that about? The University of Rochester in New York is investigating after hundreds of wanted posters targeting Jewish faculty and staff were posted on campus over the weekend. The university's president, Sarah Mangelsdorf, said the posters were disturbing, divisive, and intimidating, and that they run counter to our values as a university. Well, I should hope so. The public safety director said that the posters were found Sunday night across the campus. Now they have cameras around. They didn't know who did this. The school's Hillel chapter said the posters disproportionately singled out Jewish faculty and staff and used language that spreads harmful anti-Semitic ideas about Jewish people. One such poster accused a target of racism, hate speech, intimidation, and is directly complicit in the displacement of Palestinians in the West Bank. Hillel said no students were targeted in the posters. University officials quickly stripped the posters and launched an investigation. No one has claimed responsibility, but the university's chapter of Jewish Voices for Peace said it's not anti-Semitic to criticize the Israeli government and military that is continuing war crimes, without noting that the posters did not target the Israeli government or military exactly, but staff and faculty. Of course, there's a difference there, guys, at an American university. Okay, the University of Rochester, like several other institutions of higher education, has struggled with student protests against Israel's war on Hamas in Gaza after the terrorist organization launched an attack more than a year ago that killed more than 1,200 people. Hamas is believed to be holding around 100 people hostage. Okay. Last spring, students at the University of Rochester built a tent encampment and shuttered administration offices for 2 days until the campus security removed the encampment. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer of New York, who is Jewish, yes, of course, condemned what he called the loathsome action of those who put up those wanted posters. Any attempt to threaten or target someone simply because of their Jewish identity is anti-Semitism. Plain and simple, he wrote. I condemn these cheap anti-Semitic bully tactics. and urge all of us to work together so that we may root out anti-Semitism whenever it rears its ugly head. Gregory Hayworth, an English and computer science professor who was one of the targets of the posters, said that increasing violence against Jews in the United States and Europe had prompted him to have serious conversations with his 11-year-old child about the situation. The subtext of a wanted poster, after all, is the unwritten part, dead or alive. It contains an implied message to eliminate, arrest, segregate, or kill. Even the colors of the posters, red, white, and black, are not accidental. Those are the colors of the Nazis, as well as of radical revolutionaries. Okay, regardless of whether somebody is Jewish or not, the kinds of things that people are accused of, are still anti-Semitic tropes, whether somebody is Jewish or not, Dragon said. And that's Meredith Dragon, who heads the Jewish Federation of Greater Rochester. She said her first reaction was one of just disbelief. So the tone and the misinformation, the disinformation, and really the call to incite violence, irrespective of whether somebody is Jewish or not. That's terrible. Wow, there's people really losing it. Sean Diddy Combs granted a bail hearing again? Oh my gosh. On Tuesday, he was granted, a bail hearing? Diddy's got to get home for Thanksgiving? Hold on here. So it says on Tuesday, a New York federal judge granted Sean Diddy Combs a bail hearing in his sex trafficking case. The New York Post said that Sean Combs' attorneys have changed circumstances in his case, which should deem him eligible for bail as he awaits trial. Oh my goodness. Though the defense did not disclose what this evidence entails, they said it shows prosecutors' case is thin. Combs' attorneys also claimed that a video of Sean Combs beating his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a California hotel in 2016 only provided a small glimpse into a complex but decade-long consensual relationship between the pair. Get out of here. U.S. District Judge Aaron Subramanian scheduled the hearing for November 22nd. So are you getting out for Thanksgiving, Diddy? Who thinks Diddy's getting out for Thanksgiving? Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Judge Subramanian denied Sean Combs' bid for a gag order preventing witnesses from publicly speaking about the case. The defense claimed the 30 civil lawsuits against Sean Combs are jeopardizing his right to a fair trial. I wonder if he's going to get out. Do you think he's going to get out? His trial is due to begin in May. What? You guess they have tried for bail 3 times, I think. I have a feeling that he's going to get out. I have a feeling he did something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take a poll. Let me take a poll. We like our polls here. Hi, 61. Call me crazy. Hi, crazy. But how do we even know if the person that they arrested is actually P. Diddy and not some weird clone? You should talk to Linda. That's what Linda thinks. Do you think that P. Diddy will get released on bail? Okay, do you think they're going to change it? Let's see. You could be like that guy in the trial. What is real? What is real? Define real. Please define real. Oh, funny, it must be the cold weather. Look at my screen, it was swelling. And now it's back to where it was, except for this little baby. Okay. How many answered the call to the wild? No. Okay, it's 100% no right now. I don't know, I'm getting a little bit freaked out because I think he might get out. You don't have any fear of that? You have no fear of that? I've got to check on something about a hotel. You don't have any fear of that? Go ahead, please answer that. Please answer that. This is where I want to stay. And I want to go in. Let me see. Done. Okay, so let me see. There's this one, and there's that one, and there's this one. I think I'm going to have to take this one. I should have got it the other day. Let me go to their website. So, my gosh, can you just let me do this? Beautiful. Let's see. That. Hold on a minute, guys. I just have to book something. What? Wow. Oh, that's not good. Are you serious? Are you guys answering that poll? Because I'm going to check on you in a minute. I'm just getting a little bit flustered. Because I have to find a room at a certain hotel. It's not good. Not good. I should have done this the other night. I'm not giving up yet. I don't give up. Okay. I'm going to play the word cookies to end the night. To end the night, I'm going to play the word cookies. Where's the word cookies? There we are. Come on, word cookies, get up there. Get Diddy off there. get Diddy off there. That looks scary. Oh, sorry. Hold on. My mouse is being very bad. It's making it very hard for me to navigate. I don't know what is the deal with it. Maybe I need a new mouse. I'm gonna have to put that on my Amazon wish list. Come on. What in the world is going on here? Video reel. Having a technical issue. Oh, a silly wand. Alright, hang on a second. I need to bring you guys up on the screen. I can't move my freaking mouse. How am I going to play this game? What is wrong with it, do you suppose? I want to check your voting. You're voting. Okay. So there we go. 21% think he may get out. 21%. Or is grouped by a different name. What happened? What you guys talking about? When Manson's followers killed, they would spray paint the words helter skelter to confuse the police in thinking that black people had killed those people. When they tried to blame, I think, the Black Panthers, or is that a group of a different name? And High says, call me crazy, but how do we even know? Oh, we already said that. I read that already. I don't know why. Okay, and everybody's just booming, and you're going, I didn't even get there. Calm down. Where would this be? Bingo. Bingo! That's a good bingo. Oh, Gin is always there. Every time there's a three-letter word, and you have those, that Gin is always there. It's never, ever not been there. I tried Goon, it's not there. I got mono. Mono just right. Okay, good one. Bongo, 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 bingo, bongo. Bingo, bongo. It's right there in the puzzle. Yeah. We did it. We can claim it. It's ours. 1919. Let's do another one that we missed. We can play all day. Hop on Pop, remember that? You don't have to pay to play. Go to my ad and play around. You're a good lad. You need a pod to put all your stuff in. Once in your lap. Payload. Wop. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. Lady. Little lady. No little Yap. Dollop, a dollop of daisy. I don't know if it's spelled that way, Emmy. I don't think so. A dollop. Do. I do. Yap. Yappity yap. I got ply and you got ply. We both got ply. Pal. My pal Sal. Holly, I don't know. Oh, no. Opal, and I got it. Huh. That's what I was going to say. Ow, my freaking thing. Ouch. Oh, yes. Okay, that was well done. You missed number 12. You want to do number 12? Too late now. We have to do it. ever. Sorry. And that would give Eve. Oh shoot, my mouse. I want to do Eve and my mouse is stuck. There we go. Can't stop us. Elder, very good, 61. Yeah, and I thought I had Raffle before, but it keeps getting behind, sorry. Let's see. I tried that high. Hold on. Not there. Can't believe it. What? Zoo Mafo? Very funny. I got it the same time you did. You guys said Leard. We did it. We did it. We have one more to do. Want to do it? Yes, let's just do it. We're not quitters. We're not quitters. Oh, lyrist. Sir List Lit. No, Lit wasn't there. That's interesting that Lit wasn't there. I would think it would be there. That was interesting. We're talking about blunts. Bristly, you say? Very good, Gal B. Very good, Gal B. How about... Oh, I thought we had... Already have Sty, didn't we? Yes, we did. Sly, you sly dog, you. Hey, it's just me. How you doing? You got Sly. Bitsy, like itsy bitsy spider? I don't know. We'll try it. It's an extra word. It's just me. I love you to bits. I love you to bits. To bits, I tell you. I thought we did Lit and it wasn't there. We got robbed on that. They said it wasn't there before. I think it's... Nope. Hi. And 82% say Diddy's getting out. And not getting out. And 18% said Diddy's going home for Thanksgiving. silly. It's not there, but styly is. I just pulled that one out of nowhere. Your silly helped me. Turl. What is that? I couldn't do it this time. Simple. An extra word there. I'm not gonna get this last one for you. Blisty? It's a blisty day. Blisty? Oh, sorry. Sybil, I've tried it. It's not there. Trifly, I've tried it. It's not there. We already have bristly up there. It's just me. It's just me. We already have that. Come on now, people. We're not going to go home until we get this. Trilbies? Let's try it. T-R-I... Wait, hold on. Oh, stop. I'm so sad. It's not there. It's not there, Trailblaze. Lyrist. Hey, lyrist. You already found that, Kevin. Lyrist. We already have that. Style. Oh my gosh. There's only one. Oh no, my mouse is doing this again. I need to put a mouse on my wish list. Oh, come on. Yeah, what's the question before I leave my computer? What's the question before I leave my computer? Who said I'm leaving my computer? I've got... Come on, I'm not leaving my computer. I'm trying to get this stupid word. Stupid word. Stupid word. Stupid word. Sterling, you're not serious. Okay, Kevin. Stop being a cult leader and telling me where I have to sit. Okay. Trooping. Oh my gosh, finally. That's it. I'm done. I'm not doing this tonight anymore. 85% said he won't get bail. 15% said he will. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. See you tomorrow. Everybody be good. Bye-bye now. Prayers for all that need him. I'll see you.